Welcome to the Ferreira homestead. I wanted to show you another video today on some of the things that I enjoy as part of my equipment. And this is equipment that I use for cooking. And I'm going to try to make a short video for you guys, but I'm going to show you what I have collected over the years for my camping trips, my overlanding, whatever you want to call it, or SHTF, which is the other reason why I've collected some of these things. So without further ado, let's check it out. So I must confess that one of my favorite stoves for camping, overlanding, SHTF is my Coleman. This one is a 1973 Coleman that I picked up for about $10 a couple of years ago. And it's been with me ever since. And it's dusty, but it has been with me for a little while. But I picked it up for $10 at a tax sale, and it was in really good shape. And the person that had it in a box and everything, unfortunately the box got messed up. But you can see by the shape of the tank here, for example, how in good shape it is. And so this is the original. And for you guys that don't know about the Coleman stoves, you can actually check the date. It's right under the tabs. And in this one, 673, so 1973. I was 3 years old when they made this thing. Oh my goodness. So this one uses the Coleman fluid. I think they call it white gas or white something, but Coleman fuel, Coleman fuel, and it's very easy to use. So basically insert it like this, and I'm not going to light it up for the sake of trying to keep these videos short, but it works perfectly. And I have a set of the Stanley. I also like the Stanley products here for cooking. And I didn't bring everything out, obviously, but I have, a couple of things that I keep in the car, or if I'm going solo camping, So I didn't bring everything out today, but I just wanted to show you methods that tools that I have for cooking if I'm out on the road, camping, overlanding as some call it, fishing. Anytime I got to cook outside of the house, this is what I'm usually going for. And then, of course, depending on the trip, if I'm going to do the Appalachian Trail, as I've done in the past, many moons ago, obviously I'm not going to carry something like this. This is something that I'm going to have in the car, for example, or even if you go horseback riding. Okay, so the other product that I have to go along with my Coleman is this product right here, and it's a gas adapter that you can get on Amazon, for example. And what it does is it replaces the tank. It replaces the tank, where you just insert this thing right here. You get this coil in place, or the spring here to keep tension on that. And so now basically you can put in a gas tank with this. I like a product from Ignig, however you call it. It's the Outdoor Heat company. And it is called a gas growler. It's something that I also enjoy. This is my second one. And the good thing about this product is that the amount of gas that you get from this versus the small little tanks. So let me show you this product. And it comes in a nice little bag like that. And it's very portable and very handy. I use it for a couple of different applications, but I've seen where people use the tanks on the Coleman if they're going to use gas. I only use gas on here if I really have to. I really prefer the white Coleman fuel on this stove. But if you're in a bind and you're in a situation where that's what you got, it's good to have the option. So with this, you can basically You have the adapter that comes with the tank. Okay, this adapter is great because it fits in a lot of different, it gives you a lot of options. So basically you attach it like this, and now you get it set up in here. Get the spring in there so you can get the, okay, bring it over to the edge, and you plug it into the tank, and off you go. We put it in the floor, obviously, plug it in the floor, and you're all set. So that gives you another option for fuel for your Coleman stove. Okay, in this case, this is the Coleman 413G. This was made in 1973, and it's in really good shape. So here it is, the Coleman 413G. That's something I really enjoy. And here is the adapter that I use for these Coleman right here. I haven't used it many times just because I really do prefer, as I said, the white Coleman fuel. The only thing with the white Coleman fuel is you got to be careful with where you store it, transportation, heat. You know, if you leave it somewhere it's very hot, it's not a very good idea. But so there it is. There's my Coleman. So this is going to be in no special order, but this is my go-to. If I can have this thing, that's going to be my first choice. I really do enjoy my Coleman stove. All right, let's move on to the next item. All right, guys, so I'm not going by any order, or I did not plan to go on a certain order, but for some reason I think we're going to end up going from bigger items to the smaller items. So I guess my next favorite thing to use out there, this is if I'm obviously either on horseback or if I am on the Jeep, for example. It's not something you want to carry on your back because it's very heavy. Would be my Discata that I picked up in Brazil a few years back, and just another propane burner that I have here for the Discata. And this is a product that I really do enjoy and love using when I'm out camping or overlanding. Would I use this for SHTF? Definitely, if I have access to fuel or a fire. This Discata can be used for that very easily. Let me show you what it looks like. And this is the product right here. It's very simple. Something you could definitely use over a fire, no problem. And something that I really enjoy. We actually, my wife and I do family get-togethers where we bring this out here and you know, get breakfast going, do a brunch for the family, and you can cook a lot of bacon and a lot of eggs all in one place, and it's a lot of fun. So you don't have to worry about waiting for SHTF or to go out camping. You could just bring the family over and make a nice brunch and enjoy it. So a lot of these things here, yes, if you have a prepper mentality, if you're planning for SHTF, these are things that would come in very or will come in very handy. But obviously, let's be real here. We're still here. We're still enjoying our lives, and we still have the luxuries that we have, and so far so good. So meanwhile, go out camping with the family and do some overlanding with friends and family, and you still get to enjoy these things. You don't have to wait for the shit to hit the fan, as they say. So, but anyway, the Discata is another one of my favorite tools out on the forest, on the campground, and it's really easy to use. And again, you don't need the burner. You could just use a fire and put that over the fire. Okay. And speaking of fire, I will bring out my other favorite thing, and they're pretty greasy because they've been stored. And that's my handy dandy Dutch oven. I got into a Dutch oven a couple of years ago from watching the YouTube videos of someone very special that actually just passed away, Paul Harrell. So Paul, if you're watching up there, these ones for you. And I picked these one up thanks to your advice. So Dutch oven is a must, and if I can, that's something that there's something about food being cooked in a Dutch oven, and the ham and bacon and sweet potatoes and pineapple that Paul Harrell has a video about. I'll actually put a link to that video on the YouTube on the comments in the bottom. But there's a lot of things you can do with this. You could do it on an open fire. You could do it Paul Harrell style, or the typical Dutch oven style with the coals up on the top and under. But this is a must-have for SHTF, overlanding, camping, you name it. If you're in the outdoors and you are able to carry one of these with you, they are so good to have, and the quality of food you can make with this, from your stews, things like that, to your cake. So you can go from salty stuff to sweet stuff. And not only that, a lot of people don't realize that these cover right here can be used in an open fire also to do eggs and bacon, for example. So you got quite a multi-tool. So something to keep in mind. Paul Harrell, thank you. And I didn't want to. And this one I picked up this idea years back from Paul Harrell. And again, I'll leave a description of his YouTube channel. Paul Harrell just passed away recently. Paul, if you're watching, this one goes out for you, my friend. So I wanted to give you an idea of a side-by-side of the Discata and the Dutch oven. And there it is for you guys to and of course you have different sizes. You can buy these things in different sizes, but between the Discata and the Dutch oven, yeah, if just those two things alone, you'd be all set. I mean, you'll be all set just with the Dutch oven, but with these two things right there, the Discata and the Dutch oven, there's no reason for you not to be able to cook a meal for a family out in the forest or out in the desert or wherever your adventure takes you. Alright guys, let's take a look at the other items I got for you today. Alright friends, so since we're going from bigger items to smaller items, not that I planned that as I mentioned, but it's just so the way it's happening, I'm gonna have to share with you my next favorite cooking tool, if you will, and that's my JetBoil. I have a few of the JetBoil systems with JetBoil tools, and this is something that I have used quite a bit, and it's made by JetBoil, and it comes with a couple of attachments and so on. But let me show this to you. The thing with this is to keep it clean, and that's something that I'm very meticulous with all my tools and all my things, is to keep them clean. This is my second JetBoil, by the way, so I actually have two of these. This is the newer one. I know because it's in better shape than the other one. The other one's a little bit more beat up, but so this is JetBoil. It's made by JetBoil. This product right here is very portable. It's a little bit on the heavy side. I don't know that I would want to have this on a backpack if I was going to go for a long walk somewhere. But anyway, it's definitely very portable if you're on a horseback, or if you want to carry it in the car. It definitely, and the great thing is it works really, really good, and it's a space saver, obviously, compared to the Coleman Stove. Obviously, this is a lot easier to and a lot more portable to carry than the Coleman stove. So if you're having an issue with space, this is definitely the way to go, and it comes with a nice case for it also. So this tank is great because not only I use it with the JetBoil or some of the JetBoil products that I have, but as it turns out with these attachments, I can use it on the Coleman stove as I showed you earlier. But so if you're going to get one of these, you can use the tanks. It has the attachment for that where you can use the tanks to the small tanks if space is a problem and this is too big for you. You could still use the JetBoil little tanks like this, okay? But if you're going to be doing a lot of cooking and you're in a car or a horse, then you definitely want one of those tanks because it gives you a lot more cooking time, obviously. All right, so moving on to my next JetBoil, I have a everybody knows about this product, and that's the small cooking devices. And let me show this to you up close. So these ones seen a lot of miles, a lot of hiking, Appalachian Trail, and these ones seen a lot of action. Cooked a lot of meals in these one. I have another one also that basically attaches right to the top, but I like these one right here. I don't know, I like put it on a nice flat stone and then having that I don't know, I find it easier than having it on top of the can like this. Tends to be a little bit more topsy-turvy, if you will. So basically, there it is. That's how it's used. Okay. So that's really portable. So of course the only thing is, if you got to cook a meal for a family, you're not going to do that. It's going to take you forever to do it in this this device right here. You can do it. I mean, I've had some camping trips and some kayaking trips that that's all we took was this and a few of these canisters, and but we were basically eating pre-made food, boil water, dump it in the packets, and so that's easy to do if you're going that route, but this is something that fits very easily in a backpack, and it basically stores, if I can find it, in this little container right here, and that's your stove right there, well, along with the gas canister here. Yeah, so this is another option, and this one actually is not a JetBoil. I have a JetBoil one. That's the JetBoil one that I have goes up on the top and attaches to the canister here, but I don't use it as much just because I don't know. Sometimes it's hard if I'm in a very rocky area. So it's time for lunch, and we're warming up some water here. Oliver's got his lasagna ready to go. Lucas also. And we're getting ready to eat our food. How's the food?
Good. Gone.
Gone with the wind?
Yep.
How's your food, Oliver?
Good. Gone.
Alright guys, so my next item is going to be my Boundless Voyage titanium grill, and this goes over a fire, and it is just an awesome product. This is my second one, as my first one disappeared or got stolen or something. Yeah, anyway, long story short, I ended up getting a second one. And the one I had before was made of stainless steel, I believe it was. This one is a titanium, and this thing cleans up really, really easy. And it is, being titanium also, it is very, it's very, very light, which is, you pay a little bit more, but it's very, very light. It comes in a bag, a small bag, which I have misplaced, but it's somewhere. Yeah, so it's the Boundless Voyage titanium, and it's very, very easy to put in a bag and very, very light. So there it is. And so this is my next option. This would be my next option. So of course with this you have to make sure you have various ways of lighting up a fire, from a lighter to, you know, I mean, you name it. So that would be a whole another video, but yeah, so this, you're basically relying on a fire. Okay, I'll just add that one of my little hobbies is to collect fat wood. Fat wood is obviously, if you're going to do something like this, or if you're going to be relying on fire, you definitely want to get some fat wood. It would be great to do a video on fat wood, on how to get fat wood, but I love the smell of that. But you know, look into that. Maybe I'll make a video about it. But fat wood is something that I always carry with me, and it's a time and lifesaver if you're relying on fire to cook. So, all right. So I just wanted to share this with you guys. I don't think I have a lot more to show you, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope this video comes out good. It was kind of hard to film today with the sun and everything. It's very sunny. If you're wondering about the tailgate thing there, that's the tailgater tire table on my Jeep. Another thing that I really, really enjoy, and if I'm out camping with the Jeep, that's something that I really like to take with me. But yeah, that's it. Let me show you a lamp that I just restored recently from the 1830s. It's a Richards and Conover out of, I forget where these ones out of. It's made in America, obviously, but I just fixed this, as a matter of fact. It's something I put here next to my old wagon over here. But it's a short globe, and it works great. You'll probably see, I'm sure you probably saw some shorts on this. All right, everyone, you enjoy your week, and I hope you get some ideas out of this video. And yeah, so that's pretty much my cooking tools, if you will, or the things that I have for cooking when I go out camping, overlanding, or if the shit hits the fan, well, then I have a bunch of different ways to make sure I can prepare a meal for my family. All right, guys, have a great day, a great weekend, a great week, and thank you for watching. If you get something out of this, please don't forget to subscribe and help out the channel. Otherwise, you guys stay safe, and I will see you on the next one. Take care, everyone. Smith.